Yay! 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 Yay!
Yeah.
Yay, we're back.
Yeah, we're back. We're
Wow.
back and better than ever.
Bit of a hiatus is what I'd say we had there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better than a high anus.
Is it, well, I don't know. I don't know if that's mine is low.
Well, you know,
The bar is low.
I'm gonna leave that right there. Well, you know, I had a great conversation. While we're talking about butt stuff.
Is this how we're starting the show?
Yeah, we're starting the show. Butt stuff galore. That's the name of this episode.
Lovely.
I'm naming it now.
Lovely.
Usually we wait until we actually talk because we don't have a script or a plan, and we name it after the facts. But no, butt stuff galore.
Okay.
Welcome. Butt chugging. Are you familiar with butt chugging?
I have seen this with the guys from the Jackass movies. I believe did that.
I don't know if they did a proper butt chug, but it's apparently been a thing with college kids as of late, where they funnel alcohol in their butt.
It's a funnel. Yeah.
And apparently,
Steve-O did that.
Yeah, but it apparently like you absorb the alcohol really quick.
Right, you can get drunk. Yeah,
drunk real
They did
quick,
it on
yeah.
Stern too, I think.
Did they?
Yeah.
So the reason why I bring it up is because it came up that someone came across something on like Reddit where coffee enemas are now the thing.
Yes, it's a thing.
And it's like it goes in,
Mm-hmm.
it's in there for a while,
Goes in the exit door.
and then it comes out like fiercely though,
Yeah,
because it's like
it's angry.
yeah, it's very very angry. So I guess the question is, since there are health benefits, would you
Is there one around here?
like a funnel?
No, I thought the coffee is good for you. My understanding.
Yeah.
But is there anything around here, any place around here that does it? So
No.
it's a moot point.
This is you do this in the privacy of your own home.
Do you really?
Oh yeah.
See, a friend of mine did that whole thing at one point, and he was so excited. He said, he lost like 8 pounds.
By putting coffee out the exit?
Not coffee. It was
Oh.
just a routine
Enema. Okay.
And he lost like 8 pounds. They said the undigested meat.
Oh.
And well, you started the show that way.
Yeah.
And
Butt stuff galore.
And the pills that he had taken that were like supplements.
Suppositories?
No.
Oh.
That never even opened. That never yeah.
Really?
So some of these pills you're taking like aside from like a vitamin that might break down. They have that little plasticine pill. That's supposed to be
like if you got like a cod liver oil type of a thing. Yeah.
A lot of them never opened, and he said the tube that's set up for the evacuation. I say this a lot nicer than you do. Yeah. The tube was clear, so he could watch everything coming out. No. He could watch and he said, it was so much fun to watch, but he said he'll never take those supplements again because they obviously never broke down.
There was like a penny that came
But
out.
it was like 8 pounds he lost immediately.
So
would I do it? Yes.
I've used psyllium husk, which is like the colon cleanse they call.
Okay.
They're like, it'll scrape 10 pounds of shit out of you.
Oh.
Apparently, you've got like 10 pounds of poop just in your colon.
Oh, that's what they say.
At all times.
That's what they say.
Did you know that?
That's from my friend doing this previously. I learned that they said, there's a lot of poo in there.
The psyllium, it does leave you feeling good.
Yeah, he said it was like a high. Like he felt fantastic.
Well, the psyllium husk it turns into like a gel. I promise everyone, we'll get to stuff you want to hear soon. But it turns into like somewhat of a jelly almost.
Oh, that's gross.
Right? So, but that's how and then it like binds onto stuff and pulls it. So it's like the first couple times that you use it.
One time. That's it. I'm not going.
No. The psyllium husk is something that you do like a couple times a day.
Oh.
And it's also good because it fills you up, so you don't eat that much, so you lose weight while doing it as well that way. But and it cleanses the colon wall, right? And by absorbing the stuff that's in there and bringing it up. But it's just like it's like it turns you into like a Play-Doh machine, like, and
that's
like
an awful visual.
Yeah, and
I'm making pescattis.
Exactly. It's more of the sausage press. type of a thing. Like
you don't want to see how the sausage is made.
No,
ever. especially not
that
this.
sausage. Yeah. Oh, just some good old man rump sausage.
Well, hey, we haven't been around for weeks. Let's open up with a whole show about poo.
Yeah, that's where we're gonna begin.
That's how we bring people back.
Look, I could have gone into the phone calls, and it probably would have given us a better conversation.
Right.
But I think.
Be careful pulling that wire you're pulling on. You're gonna knock over a tea over there.
Oh yeah.
I don't want you to do that.
Party foul.
With tea? We're old.
Yeah. Tea is life. We've established on this podcast many a time how important a Dunkin' tea is to us.
Tea is so important.
The Dunkin' iced tea. Yeah, we haven't talked since before I went on my vacation.
Right, and before I went to session.
And then I came back and then went back out on a work trip.
Yeah.
So it's been like, I was home for 4 days?
Yeah, you weren't home for long.
In between vacation and going back out to a work trip, which is fun, right? Still I'm making all these videos with Olympic athletes.
That's cool stuff.
I'm a huge Olympics fan. I mean, I fly the rings. I've done this before I even got into this job.
Right.
I DVR the entire Olympics, and it takes 4 weeks to watch it because I'm just like, Lori, the dressage prelims are on. I gotta watch this horse prancing. This guy from Spain is taking this horse and he's walking at a 45-degree angle.
I don't know how you get into it.
That's really actually the swore. I hate that. So the Olympics are coming up. Instead of just butt stuff, we can talk about the Olympics too, because the Olympics are coming up soon.
And similar.
Would you? No.
Yeah.
No.
For most people. Not for you.
The Olympics are similar to butt stuff?
Yeah.
Everyone gets into the Olympics. You don't have to like track and field. You don't have to like gymnastics. You don't have to like diving. You don't have to like curling. You don't have to like any of that. But for every 4 years, for 3 weeks, you are the biggest curling fan.
I become one.
Everybody.
I become one. So
everybody.
Here's
but
the
can
thing.
you name a curler?
No.
See, that's the
not
problem.
one.
Okay.
Not one. So here's my thing with it, because I wish there was more prep up to, is what you guys do. So you get to know who the individual athletes are.
Yes.
The other thing is, I grew up in an era where if you wanted to watch something that was going to happen at the Olympics, it's going to happen at 3 a.m. I wasn't doing that.
Well, it wasn't on, though. It was taped. It was always taped delay.
Yeah, they throw the tape delay, and you've already read it in the papers to who won. So it was really a different animal at the time. Than it is now.
Oh, now you can watch every single event live.
Yeah.
Yeah. The primetime stuff is still tape delay. It's the best of the best.
Right.
So most people will be like, okay, the Olympics are coming on at 7 p.m. I'll watch it until 10, and it's going to be the best things. It's only going to be, the 100-meter sprint and the Michael Phelps swimming races and stuff like that. And you're not going to have to watch the horse prancing, which is great.
I'd rather not.
No, it's shit. Dressage should not be an event.
And, it's just like ESPN used to have the dog shows all the time. When you're in the middle of watching, okay, we're ready for football, and then, okay, it's dog show.
Well, they do that. It's still on, I think, on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I'm not.
It's after the NBC football game. It's all right, we're going over to the dog show.
So that's not sport.
No, that's show.
Yeah. Same with a prancing horse, which is impressive. Don't get me wrong.
The horse should be the one to get the medal.
Exactly. Not the guy sitting on top going for a ride.
I understand that you got to train the horse. Right, but the horse is the one that's actually...
Of course,
nice.
Of course.
Nice. The horse is the one actually doing all the work.
They are.
I think.
Well, how do you feel about a horse track then?
Like horse
The horse
racing?
is still doing the work.
This is when you go to the OTB.
Yeah.
Do you say, I want to bet on Green Thunder, or I want to bet on Mo the jockey?
Right.
You would make an awful jockey.
I'd be the worst
jockey.
jockey
Worst
ever.
jockey. Worst jockey.
We'd be really slow.
You might as well be the horse.
We'd be slow-mo.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. But you don't bet on the jockey.
No.
They do two things. They give you the name of the horse, and then they also tell you the trainer.
Right.
So it's just I want this guy because Bob Baffert trains good horses. That's fine.
Correct.
I'm good with that. Bob Baffert's not the one who's getting the wreath around his neck, though.
So
that's
is a
the horse.
jockey an athlete?
I'm going to go with yes. Because it is still physically taxing to control said horse. And you got to be fit to whip the shit out of that animal.
Wow. So what about dog racing, where there's no jockey?
No.
It's not a sport. It's a race. So what defines it as a sport is someone sitting on its back.
Well, in the same way that I would say that an F1 driver is still an athlete, because you have to still be fit. You need the endurance, right?
So you have to be fit to be an athlete?
There's still muscle. Well, in a manner of speaking, shot put athletes are still fit in their own right.
Is John Daly an athlete?
No, golf is not a sport.
Oh.
Golf is a game.
Wow.
Golf is a game.
Wow. So golf is a game and not a sport.
Poker is a game.
Poker is a game and not a sport.
Yeah.
I would say golf is a sport because there is
it's a game played by
physical
athletes.
talent. Not necessarily. John Daly, I wouldn't say is an athlete, but is he an athlete?
Well, Babe Ruth wasn't an athlete near the end of his career.
John Kruk.
Look at him now. Yeah. Bartolo Colon.
Right.
Look, there's been a lot of fat ass. Okay, so here's what we'll. Okay, so
Jesse Orozco.
Yeah. No. Honestly, though, no. Golf. You have to be. I think Tiger set the precedent there that if you are athletic, you will be better at golf.
But you don't consider golf a sport.
No, I do. I was just trying to.
Okay, trying to egg me on.
Rattle a cage. Yeah.
All right, so golf is a sport.
Golf is a sport.
How about if you're a kegler?
A kegler?
Yeah. You don't know what a kegler is?
No.
That's bowling.
Sounds like a yodeler.
It's bowling.
Bowling?
Is bowling a sport, or is it an activity? And don't say that having a talent defines sport, because talent makes you better at whatever you do. So.
Yeah. No. No. It's a sport.
Is it a sport? It's a sport.
Yeah, it's a sport.
Wow.
I would say it's a sport. Yeah.
Darts, sport.
Yeah, I mean, because I would also consider archery a sport.
Archery is a sport.
So then darts would be a sport.
Darts would be a sport.
Yeah.
So someone who throws darts, an athlete, if it's professional?
I don't know. There's some fat asses throwing some darts.
Doesn't mean not an athlete. I mean,
John Daly was an athlete, so there you go.
When I was in my younger days, I was still a big guy, but I was mildly athletic.
Yeah. If you were playing it, then no.
So a sport
That's the precedent. Can Mo play it? It's not a sport.
So the precedent is what? To be a sport over an activity. What qualifying factor is there?
No, I think it's the physical, the athleticism, the endurance. I think all that stuff kind of plays into it.
You don't need athleticism and endurance to be a good bowler. You
Strength?
actually don't necessarily have to have it for golf.
I don't know. Yeah, it's tough. I don't know. I don't know if there's necessarily something that defines it as a sport. I would before you get there, cheerleading is a sport.
I'm the first to say that.
Absolutely.
I stand by cheerleading.
Correction. Stunting is a sport. Standing underneath the basket and jumping up every time there's a free throw is not a sport.
I'm with you there.
That's a dance.
Right.
That's a dance. And it's a poor dance because there's also a dance team at the basketball game.
Correct.
And they're the ones,
But those who do the stunts at a football game.
100% sport. Yeah. Have you seen did you watch that documentary Cheer on Netflix?
Yes.
And it's great.
It is.
And there's so much. I mean, you got to hit up the weight room. You got to be strong. If you're a guy, the male cheerleaders there, they got to be so strong. You got to be able to pick up. I mean, whatever. She's going to be like 90 pounds, but you still got to pick her up with one hand and throw her in the air.
Yeah.
And then jump in the air while she's in the air and then catch her.
Yeah.
That's tough.
It's hard to do. It's a version of gymnastics.
Yeah. Also a sport.
And the first crew of male cheerleaders at our high school that you were graduated from as well were my class. I had friends who were cheerleaders.
We had 2 male cheerleaders in my class.
I think we had 6 or 8.
Wow.
We had a bunch.
Wow.
They were all friends. They all went on. And these are guys I played basketball with who were athletic, who played sport, and decided, hey, this is a great way to spend a lot of time with the cheerleaders.
Yeah.
And it was a smart move.
So did they play basketball and then when they were on the bench and there was a free throw for their team, they're like, I'm going to go join the cheerleaders for this one.
No.
I'm going to go throw my pom-pom into that megaphone behind my head.
No.
Because that's a thing that they do.
That's a thing.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
No, cheerleading definitely. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the actual definition should be. Mm-hmm. Because poker, I mentioned it before, it's on ESPN. It takes a lot of endurance to be a tournament poker player.
To sit?
I mean, the exhaustion, the mental fatigue is a real thing.
I don't know as I'll buy that.
World Series of Poker, you make it to that final table. Mm-hmm. That is 8 days of sitting at that table for 16 hours, constantly thinking, constantly observing, constantly it's tiring. Very tiring.
It's exhausting.
Yeah.
I can relate to that recently.
In the same way that driving a long distance will give you mental fatigue when you're over, right? You're like, I just drove 12 hours. I am exhausted. But why? You've been sitting there the whole time.
But does that make you an athlete? Because in that,
I didn't say they're athletes.
Okay.
Chris Moneymaker is not an athlete by any means.
No, he's not.
By any means. I mean, Phil Ivey wears a basketball jersey. Doesn't make him an athlete.
No. No, your attire does not make you an athlete.
Yeah.
So, by the way,
that's the sad part. I can name drop literally 50 more tournament poker players right now.
And some I know.
But we're just like, name somebody, in what sport was I saying you can't name anybody in before? Something. I don't know. You couldn't. Yeah, but it's just like
curling.
That. Yeah, curling. Yeah, but you can't name a curling.
I don't know a curler.
We won the gold. We're the defending gold medal champions.
I will cheer for that all day.
But
my problem is back in the old Bob Costas days where we had to watch whatever they gave us as opposed to now where you can watch whatever sport you want.
Before he got the pink eye.
That's all we remember for Bob Costas now. That's so bad.
Well, it's in recent memory.
I love Bob Costas.
Bob Costas is great.
I want to say that. One of the best announcers for a baseball game. He's great in a baseball game.
Yeah, no, he
love him there.
He really is. He's old school, but still kind of younger than the old school ones.
Yeah, I saw him on Bill Maher recently, and he's had some work done. Costas, what are you doing? Don't get work done.
Don't get work done.
Age gracefully. That's my tip for the day if we used to do tips. And by the way,
there's your gentleman's tip for the day. We're going back to gentleman's tips.
Well, that's funny you mentioned that because old school, I was listening to an old show the other day, and I happened to pop on the show where we question if a hot dog was a sandwich.
Yes.
And is cereal soup.
It's
And I asked Ariel that I work with, I said, hey, just out of curiosity, is a hot dog a sandwich? And her answer was no.
Okay.
Because it's a hot dog. I said, I love that answer. Why call it something else? That's what it is. Why qualify into a category? She said, however, as we talked about a hamburger being a sandwich, she goes, well, if you go to a diner, they list burgers sometimes separately and sometimes under sandwiches.
Okay.
So burger more so than that. And I said, the cereal question, is cereal soup? She said, no, because cereal is cereal. And it's such a simple answer.
Really cerebral.
She's right, though.
Yeah, but you know what? Actually, when you're even mentioning this, like the hot dog is actually the meat.
Right.
The whole thing is not the hot dog is just the meat.
Right,
so,
right.
If you wanted to play that game.
And
like,
we got into that discussion. We did talk about that, too. The hot dog is just the hot dog itself. Hot dog with a bun.
But like as a lobster roll, a sandwich.
Right.
Going down with that. We're not going to do this again.
No, I don't want to do it again.
That was a good show, though.
It was a really good show. If you want to go back and find that, it was like 2019, I think. It was a really good show.
Well, if you're listening to this show and you haven't heard that show, you should go back and listen to all the old shows.
Really, I'm a firm believer in starting at show 1. Binge our stuff like you'd binge, watching, Cheers. Binge the show from the start because you'll get the other jokes.
Cheers?
I love binging Cheers, man.
Yeah, but of all the binge there are shows literally made for people to binge now, and you're giving me the
Cheers
weekly sitcom.
Made to binge. Beautiful.
I started it. I got like halfway through season 2 into season 3 or something like that, and then something came up. I don't know. I gotta pick it back up.
So I know we touched on some of this. Is Cheers in your top 5 series of all time?
Top 10.
Really? Not making top 5?
Top 5 series of all time?
Yeah.
No. No.
It was popular.
Of course it was popular.
It was amazing.
But Seinfeld, The Office, The Sopranos, we know those are 1, 2,
those are 1,
3.
2, 3.
I mean, we're not going to agree on Star Trek, so I'm even going to put that to the side. I'll put South Park and The Simpsons before I put those.
2 animated before. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, before I get to Cheers, absolutely. Wow. I would put Married with Children above Cheers.
Well, you do.
I would put Park and Rec above Cheers.
Wow,
absolutely.
I love Park and Rec.
It's
tough. This is like saying who's a better hitter, Jackie Robinson or
Ty Cobb.
Ty Cobb.
Yeah,
great.
I'm gonna go with not the racist one. Not the racist one.
Does racism stop you from being a good hitter though? Well, apparently not him.
No.
Ty Cobb was still a heck of a hitter. And ridiculously racist.
Yeah, ridiculously racist. He was so racist, I'm surprised that he wasn't on the Boston Americans.
Wow. I thought you were going to say you're surprised he wasn't removed from the Hall of Fame.
No.
Because in woke culture, cancel culture, that happens.
No one has ever been removed from the Hall of Fame.
No.
No one has ever been removed from the Hall of Fame.
And no one has ever been moved from our softball league division to another mid-season, and that just happened. So you never know.
Yeah, but that's whatever. That's stupid. We're not talking about that on this show.
I don't know. I have talking about brain fatigue. I'm there.
Yeah.
So it's
we can keep talking about the Olympics. I can tell you who to bet on. So here's the thing: they're not allowed to gamble on themselves.
Right.
but I can gamble on
them.
But
did you hear the NCAA players are going to now be allowed to make money?
Yes, I like that.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Good for them. Well,
athletes should be allowed to.
The colleges are making so much money off these kids.
Right. And now they can be on the video games and such, too.
Well, they're bringing back the video game,
right?
Which is awesome because they haven't made that since 2014.
And they'll be allowed to make money if they can get on there, although it's not in every state, but it's kind of a cool thing.
Yeah, I'm excited. They should. Because, I mean, the universities have made billions off these athletes.
Right.
So,
It's certainly a step forward for the student.
There you go. So, golf is a sport, and I love playing golf at the Candlewood Valley Country Club. So,
Candlewood Valley Country Club, the number one place to go meet your friends, play some golf, and have a cocktail at the new Poor Choices trailer.
Yeah.
Meet your friends at CandlewoodValleyGolf.com. Hey,
have you been there? Have you been to the Poor Choices?
I have. And
do you like that sign, that logo that they have there?
I don't know. Somebody did it with clip art. It looks like garbage.
Yeah.
It looks so cheeseball.
Yeah.
Terrible.
I did it in about 20 minutes.
Oh, my God. I wouldn't brag about that.
For free.
Do it in like 5.
For free.
I could do the same thing in 5 minutes.
You could not.
It was garbage.
You could not.
Look,
it was clip art. I Googled whiskey pour clip art and put it right in the middle of that logo.
Oh, poor choice.
Yeah.
Poor choice.
You're not kidding.
It looks like poo.
Yeah. I went to Bagel Man the other day for a bagel. So they have chicken wings, and that got me thinking.
Really?
Who goes to Bagel Man saying, I want 12 buffalo wings?
They make great chicken salad.
A chicken salad or a tuna salad or even a turkey club being sold at a bagel shop.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me.
Sure.
That makes sense to me. Buffalo wings does not make sense to me.
Chicken salad and egg salad are really the same thing.
Oh my. Hold on. Yeah.
Egg salad is chicken salad.
Yeah.
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 Wow, look at the look. Wow. He's digging deep. This is
Well, I mean,
it's true. Egg salad is chicken salad.
In a manner of speaking, you are absolutely correct.
I know.
They're two completely different, end products.
Sure. But they're both chicken salad.
You use different ingredients minus the mayonnaise. That's similar.
Or
similar, as they say in Indiana. Sorry, that's what you always say. You always say that. Or similar.
I was just about to.
Yeah, I know you were. Exactly why I cut you off. That's exactly why I cut you off.
This is my line.
Yeah, no, I know it's your line. You've been saying it the entire run of this podcast.
Oh, long before this podcast.
I know. I had to put the kibosh on that.
I stole that from David Letterman myself.
So there's also, at the ice cream shop here in town, they also serve Bagel Man. Now,
I heard that. They were getting bagels delivered, which is weird.
Yeah. It was like a pop-up shop, and it did well, so they kept it doing it. And it's great. There's no bagel shop down here in town.
It's great to be able to get a coffee and a bagel.
Yeah.
When I worked downtown,
yeah,
I would go up there and get my coffee just to support something new. It was a great idea. If they had bagels, I would have been happier. But it's weird to go to the ice cream shop to get a bagel and a coffee.
Or bagel, if they like, we serve Bagel Man, be like, I want those chicken wings. I need some of those Bagel Man chicken wings.
Bagel Man makes a good bagel.
You know what would be good on chicken wings, though? That everything bagel topping.
Ooh.
Would actually be probably good as like a crust on a chicken wing.
Not as good as our hot sauce will be.
No. But we can't talk about that because it's on delay right now.
Which, folks, it's on delay.
There's a manufacturing delay.
Yeah.
There's a shortage right now of ghost peppers.
Oh. Is that why?
No, it's because we the labels that we sent, they needed a different version sent.
That's a shame.
Yeah, if they give me any more trouble, I'm just
So it's your fault.
Yeah.
All right.
No, it's their fault.
Well, I already paid for them.
It's their fault. Well, I mean, then maybe they should just give us the label money back and we'll print our own labels.
No, that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be here soon.
And I'm excited to have people try them and see what they think. There's always money in the banana stand.
So I had breakfast this morning.
Yeah, you were saying with the kiddos.
With my kids, yeah, and it was great. And so, I've been away for a week. Now, kids, especially when they're this age, right, 3 and 4.5, they come up with new things all the time.
I can't believe they're 3 and 4.
I know, it's crazy, right? Diana wrote a book, by the way.
Nice.
Legit wrote a book because she can actually write now. I don't know if you're supposed to. I think she's just a genius. Either way, every parent
does. Yeah,
but mine is actually yes. Yeah. So, but she wrote a book, and it's literally a 30-page book.
Right.
Half the pages say, "Don't turn the page. Don't turn the page. Please don't turn the page."
Oh, it's like an Elmo book.
I'm scared. I'm scared to turn the page.
Or no, was
there's Elmo? A monster. So
monster at the end of the book.
There's a monster at the end of the book. Don't turn the. And
so she's a plagiarist.
I'm waiting for the payoff, though. No, because she had her own surprise ending.
Okay.
Don't turn the page. Please don't turn the page. I'm scared. The end.
Oh, she left a cliffhanger.
It's just like, what? This is great. And I told her the next day, I'm like, Diana, I read your book, and she was so proud. It's like I almost gave her a Pulitzer for it.
Right.
So that was great. But
it's plagiarized.
No, not necessarily.
Yeah, Grover's book does that. It was my favorite book as a kid. There's a monster at the end of this book. That's an actual book.
The Sesame Street book.
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually
Grover.
They have a video of it too. Actually, we have that book, but it was just basically a lot of just don't turn the page. One of the pages said no boys allowed.
Oh.
So I was like, this book was specifically written for me not to read it.
Right, but why'd you do it though?
I've never been one to follow directions.
This is true.
Or read. So the
So when she gets older and has a diary, are you gonna read that? Ooh.
I don't think so, but I don't know.
If you got nervous that something uncool was happening, would you go to the diary?
I don't know, because I don't think kids are writing that shit down anymore.
I don't know.
My diary. Today I tried opium for the first time. It tasted like fine potpourri. Lock it. I'll lock it. The combination will be 1, 2, 3, 4. No one will ever penetrate.
That's the same combination as my luggage.
Fortress. I know. I love that one.
Where has Spaceballs gone?
I watched it. I watched it a couple weeks ago.
Honestly.
I watched it a couple weeks
I mean,
ago.
seriously, people, this was such a great movie, and nobody talks about it. All the Star Wars and Star Trek stuff came through, and you'd think that would revive in some of that. The youth would jump into loving the Spaceballs.
Mel Brooks gets dumber as the years goes on.
Oh, yeah.
Right? It's
like...
I watched Robin Hood Men in Tights recently. I was like, wow, this is a dumb movie.
Yeah.
Highly enjoyable.
I never liked that one.
It was enjoyable, but it was dumb.
You want to watch Blazing Saddles? I'm in. And that's a
movie
that's
aged like fine wine. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
No, I think he's great.
Like fine wine.
You want to watch Blazing Saddles? I will watch that, but you could not make that movie today.
No.
Cancel culture.
You can't make The Office today.
True.
Yeah.
True.
And then my favorite part about The Office is all the cringeworthy stuff. That's what makes The Office great.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I wasn't done talking about my kids, though.
I'll go back to your kids. We take little side shoots here once in a while.
They so the point being, they come up with these they have something new every week, right? Mm-hmm. So while I was gone, they discovered Muppet Babies. Okay. So now Diana, this morning, we're sitting there, and I'm just like eating my breakfast, and she goes, "Daddy, I have a joke for you." I said, "Oh, okay. What's the joke?" And she's just and she just looked me right in the eye, and she was just like, "Why did the chair sit on the other chair?"
Oh.
And I'm like, "Why?" And the punchline was crap. I'm sorry, Diana, if you
I love when they are.
She goes, "Because it had 2 arms and 2 legs and a head with some eyes." Waka waka. and that was you had the exact that you're looking at me like, how dumb dumb is this? But then the payoff of the waka waka. And then she had 4 of similar jokes, and it just didn't get old. And then she busted out on the 5th joke. She said, "Why was 6 afraid of 7?" And she said, "Because 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12." And I was like, we're close, but the waka waka. It came out, and I was just like, this is genius. I was so happy. I was this close to spitting my coffee all over her,
right?
Because I was like, oh yeah, this isn't gonna be a spit take worthy moment, and it sure was. And the table that was across the aisle, they heard it too, and they started dying.
Right.
I'm just like, this is amazing.
That's lovely.
So I think I'm gonna get into that. Just anytime I say something, and it just doesn't pay off, the joke doesn't hit.
I'll hit the wakas.
Yeah, waka waka, and then you can't not chuckle. Even that.
I love because Fozzie was my hero.
Fozzie was great.
Love Fozzie. I wore bow ties to school because Fozzie Bear.
Yeah.
I didn't even wear a bow tie most times.
No, he was the suspenders.
I wish I had the hat.
You do the suspenders and the hat with the propeller?
No.
Oh.
He didn't wear suspenders.
I thought he wore
suspenders. Fozzie. He had this weird cravat thing.
Oh, yeah.
And it was my favorite puppet as a kid. I had a Muppet puppet. I had a Fozzie Bear puppet. And I used to play with that all the time and work on my Fozzie voice and work on my Kermit voice. I was pretty happy to have those. It was a big deal.
So, but you didn't do the cravat and the hat with the...
No. The hat was too much to ask for, and the cravat was a little more feminine than for me.
Amazon didn't exist back then, so it was probably hard to find that hat
right.
in New Milford. The other thing that we learned at breakfast today, I taught Diana and JoJo probably the most important life lesson that they've ever had.
Oh, do tell.
The stuffed animal claw machine.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very important life lesson.
to learn how to play it?
The fact that you never win, it's a lesson.
Never win?
It's a lesson in disappointment.
Oh, it's too
a
bad.
lesson in because those machines are rigged.
No, I win.
But they are rigged.
Well, some, yes.
No, the technology behind the claw machine is rigged.
All right, go ahead.
Because it sometimes it's flappy, and then sometimes it actually holds. That's actually an algorithm in these machines,
right?
So that it doesn't give something away every single time. That claw can hold anything.
Right.
That claw would be able to hold anything if it wasn't rigged. So sometimes it's like it has a good, and then just loosens up for no reason.
Right.
That's the machine.
Right.
So it's a very important life lesson. It cost me $3 to teach him this life lesson. You can't always get what you want.
Right.
And you can,
awesome lesson.
And you can be this close.
Right.
You can be this close.
His fingers are very close to each other.
We were this.
His fingers are very close to each other, folks.
Thank you
that close
for describing.
Yes.
Hand
gestures on a podcast aren't always the best. Don't do that. Good Lord. He's
and
trying
no
to shake.
No. Yeah.
Shaking a bottle of milk.
Yeah, it was Yoo-hoo.
Okay.
It says on the thing to shake the Yoo-hoo.
Shake it well.
It said to shake the Yoo-hoo. JoJo got an M&M pancake. Diana got a chocolate pancake.
Nice.
Chocolate chip pancake.
They didn't know they made M&M pancakes.
They make M&M pancakes.
What's the difference between that and a chocolate pancake? You don't need the hard shell.
The shell.
In a pancake.
Has a different taste to it. Semi-sweet chocolate chip versus an M&M chocolate, different taste.
I like a banana pancake.
I love a banana pancake.
Yeah, very good.
Banana pancake with fruit in the pancakes, other than blueberries.
Yeah. I like blueberries.
I like blueberries, don't get me wrong, but a strawberry banana pancake is...
It's right there.
They charge you $1.25 for real syrup at that place, by the way.
What?
Yeah. If you want real maple syrup, locally made, mind you.
Yeah.
$1.25 extra.
My sister's ex-husband used to bring it with him to breakfast.
I
His own
have thought about
maple
that.
syrup. And I thought that was a little bit rude, but again, you're adding a condiment, so it's not that big a deal.
Well, that was in a Seinfeld episode.
Yeah.
Brought the syrup to the
right,
and the guy at the diner was like, no outside condiments or syrups or jams or jellies.
Right.
He was very specific on those, but he didn't mention peanut butter. But who brings their own peanut butter? I would bring my own.
Could.
I don't eat like the Miss Butterworth's syrups. Those are it's corn syrup. It's just hot, it's just straight
sugar. Yeah,
sugar, corn syrup. Meh.
Yeah,
real maple syrup. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it.
You're making me want pancakes right now.
Yeah?
Yeah. I haven't eaten today. I don't know if you've heard through the show. My stomach has been growling during the show.
I just thought that was you breathing.
Oh.
You're a loud breather.
Sometimes. Allergy season.
Most of the time. Year round. It's not allergy season 12 months a year.
I do my best.
Well, I'm not saying it's necessarily a bad thing.
No. It takes a lot of oxygen to move this warehouse of a person. Yeah.
Yes, but you're not very good at sneaking up on people.
Sometimes I am.
You're not a very good sidler.
Oh, I've been told I can be very good at that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right,
I can sneak up. I scare people all the time. It's great.
Yeah, but that's when you're in full field of view, like a mile away. Like, oh no, Mo's coming.
Aw. Well, where did Mean Mike come from? He's been gone for a while.
Hide your woman and kids. Here comes Mean Mo. I don't know what this voice is.
I don't either. That was awful.
Oh my God.
That was just terrible.
He's coming to eat your children.
No.
And their pancakes.
No, I will eat your children's pancakes. I think I would do that. I would love to see you do that one day in a diner. Just have you get up, walk over to someone else's plate with your own fork and eat something off their plate and walk away.
Or just go and just pour my own syrup. Yeah.
Take a bite of their egg roll and just walk away.
Just walk away.
$100.
I'll give you $20 if you give me the egg roll. The show is timeless. Seinfeld will be timeless.
It's good.
Seinfeld it will never get old.
But you've left out in your TV shows. You left out the MASH.
I could have kept going.
But you took your top 5 and you didn't include any of the classics. All in the Family, MASH, belong in that conversation.
I mean, I Love Lucy belongs in that conversation.
Not my favorite.
I Love Lucy was good. Come on,
it was good. I watched a lot of it.
Come on, hello friends. I'm your Vitamina Vegemin girl.
Vitamina Vegemin's the best thing across
Are you
the board.
tired, worn out, listless? Do you poop out at parties? Are you unpopular?
Right. That's very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Well, I've got the cure to all your errors in this little bottle. Vitamina Vegemin. Yes, Vitamina Vegemin, you can spoon your way to health.
It's tasty, too.
Tastes just like candy. Honest. It's great. No, I Love Lucy.
It's a great show.
Yeah.
The Mary Tyler Moore is a great show.
I Love Lucy was better.
I agree. But I'm saying that when we went to that discussion, you threw South Park in that top 5 of all time without discussing any of the rest.
I was just going above Cheers because Cheers is up there. Like I said, top 10. I Love Lucy's not above Cheers.
Okay.
MASH
MASH
to some people
brilliant.
it may be. To me, it wasn't.
MASH was brilliant, but I was in the moment with that.
Yeah, it ended like right before my time.
And I loved Three's Company.
Okay.
It was a great show at the time. Doesn't hold at all anymore.
No?
Right? That's the time.
Yeah.
But I love that, especially as a
I was just
young
naming
man,
things that are better than Cheers.
young man who loved Stan Summers. I mean, come on.
I loved The Wonder Years, but it's not better than Cheers. Different
show.
Entirely different show.
Yeah.
It's a complete 180.
I'm just saying you just went to like these other ones that just above Cheers without mentioning some of the other classics. All in the Family.
I just went to my favorites.
All in the Family belongs in top 5. I said it.
Really?
Yeah.
So you would put that above Cheers?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would.
Okay.
I would. And part of it's because they took a risk in what they did. And the culture accepted what it was. Instead of being, oh, he's a racist, we shouldn't watch the show, he's a racist showing you how stupid he really is. And they took some comedy to it on both sides.
Well, absolutely, yeah.
There was racism all over the place with that. But they put some massive topics up there. They were really good. They belong in there.
That's also the thing, is that TV shows, how do we get back on this conversation?
I don't know.
TV shows were about something back then. They're not really about, as much as I love South Park, I don't love it now as much as I used to because it's too topical and too news cycly.
Yeah.
Right. It tries to hit the first, come on, there was nothing news cycly about Cartman grinding up Scott Tenorman's parents into chili and then feeding it to Scott Tenorman at the chili cook-off.
Right.
In just revenge for
right.
something that had to do with Nickelback or something. I forget. I don't know, whatever. But it's just I
get it.
The first 8 seasons of South Park, some of the best things ever.
Oh, they're good.
And they had the shtick. Shows lose their shtick over time too.
Yeah.
Like
Kenny dying all the time.
Kenny dying all the time. That went away. I mean, they used to have a lot of shticks like that, and then the kids were actually kids.
Yeah.
They were doing kid things, right? Like that episode when they had to return the VHS tape of Lord of the Rings to the video store, and they were dressed as Lord of the Rings,
right.
and they made it into a game like Lord of the Rings. They didn't realize that they were holding on to a pornography. Backdoor Sluts 9 was the actual was the pornography that they had.
We're back to butt stuff.
And the parents were butt stuff's galore. That's the name of the episode. So, that was just great because there was pure child innocence in that.
Yeah.
And now that doesn't exist. So that's South Park was better. The Simpsons was better with the shtick, right? When's the last time you heard Bart prank call Moe?
Yeah.
Right? That stuff doesn't happen anymore.
That was great.
Yeah. You had all that kind of the recurring stuff. The Leftorium was a whole thing with Flander. I mean, there was a bunch of, and now it's just kind of it's all just kind of Lisa morality stories or after 30 some odd years, how many original stories can you really come up with as well?
Something has to happen, yeah.
Yeah. And they're all about, cameos. It's all about the cameos.
Always.
Stuff
Everybody
like that.
wants to be a character.
I think South Park for the first 8 years, maybe 9, I don't know. 10, there were still a couple of good episodes, but then it fell off from there. Same with Simpsons. Simpsons made it strong through 10, and then there were some classics that came and went throughout 12, and then just come the 13th season, it's just nothing. Still on the air, so obviously people are watching it. But
I think the reason all of those shows, the ones that are in your top 10 or top 5, they all have one major thing in common that I said with All in the Family too.
Well, they're comedies.
They took a risk.
They're funny.
They took a risk.
Seinfeld,
every one of them took a risk. They went somewhere no one else had.
Sopranos was the first of on the TV, yeah.
Tony was a likable bad guy. They dove deep into that.
Yeah.
And you cheered for Tony.
He should be a villain, but he was the protagonist.
Bingo.
Absolutely. No,
and when you look at what South Park did, they went over the top with what the Simpsons had set the stage for. Mm-hmm. South Park just fell over the cliff. They had no issue with that.
Simpsons was never, even though parents in the 80s and early 90s were like, oh, that's such a bad show. It's it really wasn't. Go and watch a season 2 or season 3 Simpsons episode. It's as benign as any other cartoon on TV these days. It was because Bart Simpson and Homer Simpson were bad influences, theoretically.
Of course.
Right. Meanwhile, though, Married with Children, another show that wouldn't fly these days.
Bad influences,
that's just chauvinism left and right.
Fox took a big chance with that. That was a big deal.
So funny.
Great show.
It's so funny, but and it played to those. It you know, I don't necessarily want to say it celebrated chauvinism, but it made it show how ridiculous, like No Ma'am, how ridiculous they were. But it also showed how ridiculous Marcy Darcy, the feminist, was. Right. And it showed how ridiculous the stay-at-home wife was. Eating bonbons on the couch. And all that. I mean, so it was just complete satire.
And how your nerd son and how your promiscuous daughter spend their, everything was just exaggerated. Right. Just blown up.
And that's the point. And so nowadays you don't get that. It's too safe.
I agree.
Unfortunately.
But it was great TV, and that's what somebody needs to do now. Take it to a, not shock level, but take it outside the box.
Outside the butt.
Well, that makes for a good show.
I'm just saying, butt stuff
all comes back to the butt.
It's got to be.
All right.
I named the show off the top. How could I not bring it back?
Yeah.
To the back.
Yeah. Well, that cracked me up, so this whole show's a popcorn fart.
I think this is a good I was going to do something, but how much time do we have left? Oh, nothing.
Yeah.
Bye.
Popcorn fart.
Waka waka.
Yay! 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 Yay!